So here we are, uh, looking at common error messages you may see in your spreadsheets. Now, here is one that will probably hit you straight away. It's not so much around a formula though, it's more about just displaying the full contents of a cell on your spreadsheet. So if I click on that actual cell, you'll see here is a number 12556897, but we're not seeing all of it here. So there's a couple of ways to do this. We can simply widen the column by dragging and then seeing where it displays. Or if I just undo that, we just simply position the mouse pointer with this double-headed mouse pointer shape and double click. It will widen that cell's entire column width to exactly fit the largest cell in that column. So the largest one at the moment is that one right there. So you can see it's got some additions beyond just the number. The formatting shows the commas for thousands and 2 decimal places. So that made it quite big. Now, our next one is a div /0. Probably got some ideas what that might be. Dividing by 0. Now, if you can hark back to some mathematics in your schooling, dividing by 0 is not really possible to give you any sort of result. So if we click on that, let's have a look what's inside to give us that error. E7 divided by F7. So that's those two cells here that you can see right there, highlighted blue and red. Now if I click on those and enter in some numbers, when I click away from that last one, we'll see that 5 divided by 2, the contents of those cells, now shows 2.5, which is the correct answer, not dividing by 0. The third one, value. Well, value just simply is a formula. You can see here E10 plus F10, 13 plus Apple. Can't be done. So the error there is that we're trying to add a number that's not really a number. So the apple has to be a physical number. It's probably just a simple mistyping here. So the entry of a 5 now gets a result because E10, 13 plus 5, which is in F10, equals 18. Now, I've actually done it here too. If you look at a formula, let's correct that one straight up. A formula that results in an error saying hash name question mark is simply that within that cell's formula, the function or other other range name that's referred by that formula is not existing or isn't legitimate. So let's have a look up here and what's happening in that cell. It's that equals sum function that doesn't exist. So simple mistyping there once again. So if we correct that to be the SUM, not SOM function, voila, we are now summing the total of those cells to the right, E13 to H13. Now the final one, I'll just set something back up again here and delete those two cells because this is simply a formula that is referencing another cell that contains an error. So it's an error within an error, basically. Now, to correct this scenario, we have a look at what cells it's referring to, and you can see there that's the one that is showing an error already. So that double click is a good way to suss out what's going on. You'll also see to the left that we've got a little flag of caution saying what's in that cell. divide by zero error, we can get some help. We can trace to see where it's coming from, which we just did. Ignore it, edit, or go to some other error checking options. So it's a simple one, really, that D7 plus D number 2 is referring to a cell D7 that has a divisional by zero error. So let's plug in some numbers as they were, or thereabouts, and we'll now have an actual result because what we were referring to now has a number. So I wish I had learned about these error messages in some detail when I first started learning Excel, but it's, as you can see, just simple common sense in the main. So we had a display that was too small. We were dividing by zero. We were referencing something that wasn't a number. We got a spelling error in our sum formula, and the error resulted because we had another error in the cell that we were referring to. Well, I hope you'll find those useful going forward, and thank you very much, and we'll see you again.